I'm 30 years old and I'm not a failure. I know there is this trend on YouTube where people post like, I'm 30 something and I feel like a failure. I feel like I have wasted my years. I have nothing to show for. These videos get a lot of clicks, okay? A lot of people can see themselves in these videos. A lot of them can relate to these videos. It's understandable. But I am not a failure. And in this video, I am going to discuss the reasons why I think so. Whether it was genetic predisposition or environmental factors, we will see. But first, go put a like under the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not, and put a comment just to be nice. Or to be mean, I mean, that's okay also. What makes a man in his late 20s a failure? Because it might be objective failure, like as on paper you would be a failure, or you could just feel like a failure. I mean, these are two different things. What kind of failure are we talking about? I honestly think it is the latter, because a lot of people have it good on papers. They have a good job, like a high STEM degree, a good job. They live in a nice city, more or less. They make their own money. They have a good relationship with their family, maybe a couple of friends, right? On paper, everything seems to be fine, but they're not feeling it. There is a feeling inside that is not enough. And I try to put words to these feelings, and I think it is a sense of value. Like you feel that you have value. And I'm guessing you can see where I'm going with this, which is basically female validation. I think the one thing that is common between all these guys who make videos like this is that they're not dating. Some of them have good jobs. Some of them even make a lot of money on YouTube. And maybe few here and there who never have to work a day in their life. They were born good lifers with rich parents. And all of them would consider themselves a failure. And the one common point between all of them is that they are not in relationships. They do not have girlfriends or an active dating life. I can guarantee you, there is no one with a loving girlfriend that is sitting on YouTube considering himself a failure. Unless it is like some major depressive disorder, no one with a girlfriend who loves him, who treats him well, who is attractive, sitting on the internet and complaining about his own life. I'm not saying making videos for men, because you can make videos for men like the ones I do, but I do not sit on camera and complain about how hard my life is, or how I feel that the world is unfair towards me, or that I feel that I do not have any value. How did I reach this point? I'm gonna first talk about the part where I did something, not what was given to me. So when I was 24, that was the first time I got introduced to AMS. AMS, Alpha Male Strategies, I think. He was a YouTuber who did a lot of game stuff, right? So I used that game stuff to get validations from girls in university. You must remember that this was 2015, 2016. Instagram was not even common in Russia. I mean, girls did not use dating apps at all. So it helped me a little bit, you see? It helped me get more attention than I used to. But I have to mention that even red pillars like AMS would advocate like losing weight, going to the gym, trying to make yourself look better, even though it would be like not the most useful advice, like style max, make your hair look better, like something like this, like trim your beard. Maybe in terms of looks maxing and SMV improving, not the best ROI ever, but at least it worked to a certain extent, okay? Later, by the age of 26, when I got completely pilled, I turned into more drastic measures. Instead of like focusing on my career and what I'm gonna do next, what I'm gonna work, what I'm gonna live, I was basically just focused on going to the gym, losing fat, gathering money to do my hair transplant. I did my hair transplant at the age of 26. By the way, I'm going to reveal in the next video for members only the exact place where I did my hair transplant and where I recommend you do so after you do your research, of course. Anyways, I was focusing on looks maxing obsessively, kinda, not like clavicular kinda level of obsession. I'm gonna talk about clavicular again. Like, I think that guy is too obsessed with looks maxing, but that's the time when I was actually waking up 6 a.m. to go to the gym. I put my university at risk. Like, if I needed 50% to succeed a class, I would literally get like 50, 51, 52%. Because every waking hour, all my energy went towards looks maxing, because I was seeing daily all these beautiful girls that I wanted to interact with. So it was very natural to me to do all these things that will attract more girls to me, that would make my interactions go smoother. It just made sense. I was not totally pilled as I am today. Probably if I was, I would have been even more rigorous with my routines, with everything that I needed to do. But enough about the part of where I did stuff, because we all know that's not the most important thing. Look at my current situation. I'm 30 years old and I just finished studying. So I graduated university a few months ago. I have never worked a day in my life in my specialty. I mean, I worked as a waiter to just help myself, support myself a little bit, but I did not make money as a psychiatrist. I can do it soon. Like I have some paperwork to get. Like by the year 2026, I can work as a psychiatrist, but I'm not even focusing on that right now. I have other plans, but how did I reach this position? How can I be at the age of 30 living this comfortably without having to worry much? How can I afford to use so much of my time and resources into looks maxing, game learning, talking to girls, and all these things? Well, we have to go back exactly 30 years ago on when I was born, because don't fool yourselves. It's not what I did that allowed me to reach this position. It's because I was a lucky person. Genetically, I was. Like, imagine this. The doctor, the pediatrician, like who held me the first time after I was born, he looked at my mom and said, "Whoa, you have a big baby." She said, so he will be as tall as his dad. He looked at my dad and said, nah, this baby is gonna be taller than his dad. And my dad was 6'1", and I was actually taller than him, so that doctor was correct. He knew that I was gonna be a tall person the day I was born. I also had light skin compared to the people I was surrounded by. Like I was born in Tunisia, so my skin is kind of fair compared to, well, you get it, right? And I also have light eyes. I was born with blue eyes. Until the age of like 3 or 4, I had blue eyes. Maybe I can put a picture, but I'm not gonna put a picture of baby me, come on. And then on top of that, I had good parents. They took good care of me, they played with me, they nurtured me, they gave me good validations, good food. I had an above average childhood, and that is very, very important. Later in life, I struggled with girls like teen years, like in the high school. I had hard years. I did not have a lot of, like, I did not have a girlfriend in high school, whatever, right? But I got female validation right before I could become bitter with women, because I know how women are, okay? I know that they can be cruel, that they are cutthroat. I know all the things women are capable of. But before I got the full picture, I already had some reward. So that allowed me to not become super bitter. I mean, do I wish that women behave differently? Yes, I am with you on that. I'm not debating that. All I'm saying is I did not become bitter. Okay, that's the important part I want to mention. And I think that in itself allowed me not to become a failure. Okay, now maybe someone not from our community will tell me, what the F you're talking about? Like, is it this simple? Like, you have a girlfriend, you are a successful man, you don't have a girlfriend, you are a failure. No, but kinda yes, because listen, can you have a girlfriend and be a failure? Yes, possible. If you are like a extremely shitty person, but with good looks that you still have a girlfriend, you can still have a shit life, be a shit person because of the other reasons. That's not 1-to-1 ratio. But if you do not have a girlfriend, certainly there is frustration in your life, because I'm assuming that you are a healthy man, so you have certain needs. If you have these needs not met, these are not needs you can substitute, all right? Like, you can substitute the feeling of like coming with corn, right? You can watch videos of women and finish off yourself. But that does not replace the validation you get, because other than the sexual pleasure you get from women, there is the fact that a girl thinks about you, like a girl misses you, a girl texts you, a girl annoys you. Let's just say it as is. If a girl is annoying you, that is a good sign, right? The average guy who makes a video complaining about his life, I'm a 30-something-year-old user, even if he's married, he's just in a relationship where he's not being loved by his girlfriend. Look at this picture that I'm going to include. It's less than 20% of marriages have men appreciative of their partner or feel the appreciation of their partners. And after that need is met, I mean, you go like through the pyramids of needs, like where you are like surviving, you have like the food, you have the safety. one thing that will allow you to attack the world, to go like build a career, make money, get motivated to do stuff, is actually having the sexual need satisfied. And I do not struggle with that need in terms of validation, okay? Everyone has access to internet, everyone can pleasure himself every now and then. Some of you every day, multiple times, filthy. But in terms of validation, I can get validated. Maybe you look at me and tell me like, "Oh, you're an ethnic, you're this, you're that." Yeah, it doesn't matter. Like it's like what girls tell me, not what you think of me. Like if you rate me as a 5, but then I go on the street and hot girls are checking me out, I'll take that. Okay, I'll take that over you rating me as an 8, and then I go on the street and I feel completely invisible. But that's not the point. We are not arguing here. All I'm telling you is that itself allows me to do stuff on top of it. So that's the baseline, okay? My start point is strong. I was lucky. I was just lucky. I did nothing to deserve this. I was just a lucky guy who had a good position, a good start in life. And when I built on top of it, it rewarded me. So I kept going for it. There is no guarantee that if you do exactly what I did, that you will get the same results. And that's assuming you could stick to it, because when I started doing stuff, it gave me a reward that motivated me to continue. It's like I went to the gym and I dieted for a while. I lost weight, I made muscle, and that muscle plus lack of fat plus the hair transplant allowed me to get feedback from the girls that allowed me to continue on the same route. Because if I did all that, I would have never been able to continue towards doing the looks maxing thing. So the looks maxing thing only works if you have a good base, and the good base allows you to get rewarded so you can continue. Basically, that's the reason I'm not a failure. Yeah, that was the video. I'm feeling good today, guys. Finally, I found the motivation to shoot some videos. Yeah, looking good. Thank you everyone for watching. This was Guidance Vault, and I'm retreating.